The fifth big myth that people have when it comes to their decluttering is that they don't have time. Now, the reason why they have this myth is because their expectation is that they have to allow a whole day or a weekend to do their decluttering. And I don't know about you, but the reality is that I don't necessarily have a whole day clear or a whole weekend clear to do some decluttering. That's why very often people will get a skip for the weekend and say, right, by the end of the weekend, that skip has to be full. That's going to make us really make ruthless decisions, and ruthless decisions always lead to regret. If you think that you need to set aside great swathes of time to do your decluttering, then this myth is very relevant to you. Because when you actually follow the clutter clearing process, you are not allowed to do more than 2 hours of clutter clearing at any one time. A lot of people go, how is that possible? I get nothing done in two hours. Well, it's because you're using a different process. It's very strange, it's very unfamiliar to people, but once you are using it, you can see and feel a big difference in just 2 hours of doing the clutter clearing process. Now, when I work with people in their home, I only ever work with them for 4 hours at a time. Because when I'm there and we're getting going, then 4 hours is enough time, again, taking it slowly. When I work with people on the telephone, I never work with them for more than 3 hours. Again, because they're checking in with me and I'm answering questions and queries, that's why we need to allow a little bit more time than the 2 hours. But when you are following the clutter clearing process on your own, in your home, you need to make sure that you limit the amount of time that you spend doing your clutter clearing to just 2 hours. And the process allows for for identifying how you do that and why you do that. So I would strongly recommend that you start doing your clutter clearing in small bite-sized chunks. 2 hours twice a week. If you still struggle to make time for 2 hours a week, then there may be a bigger issue. It may be procrastination. There may be a fear of what's in your clutter. A lot of my clients, funnily enough, will find that they know that they've got clutter, and actually the fear factor is because they know that there are photographs from a not so great chapter in their life, or there are divorce papers in there, which was an unhappy time. Lots of gremlins. We actually call it radioactive clutter when we come across a pile that is not very negative, making us feel a little uncomfortable. And very often people will work with me when they need help to deal with those things, because I can help reduce the stress associated with it, a few exercises that I can do with them, and I'm obviously on the end of the telephone or Skype if they do find that it's just too difficult to do. So please don't think that actually you don't have enough time, because as long as you can allocate 2 2-hour slots a week to doing your decluttering, you can and will clear your clutter. I hope that helps.